Opyatyr and the Napoleonic Wars, How Napoleon Fell. In the early 19th century, as Napoleon Bonaparte rapidly expanded his influence across Europe, Opyatyr had already set his sights on this ambitious leader. But instead of merely watching Napoleon conquer the world, Opyatyr decided to play a cunning game of his own. 1804, Napoleon's rise. When Napoleon crowned himself Emperor of France, Opyatyr infiltrated the palace in Paris, disguised as one of the courtiers. He began spreading his fungal spores among the generals and ministers, subtly influencing their decisions in favor of his hidden agenda. For several years, his influence grew, and under Napoleon's leadership, the French forces dominated Europe, unaware they were pawns in Opyatyr's hands. 1812, the disaster in Russia. One of Napoleon's greatest blunders was the invasion of Russia. But what if it wasn't entirely his idea? Opyatyr had planted the thought of conquering Russia deep within Napoleon's mind, making him believe in the invincibility of his army. In truth, it was all part of Opyatyr's plan to weaken the emperor by leading his troops into the deadly Russian winter. As Napoleon's army retreated from Moscow, having lost thousands of men, Opyatyr acted more aggressively. He infected the weakened soldiers and officers, slowly breaking down the army's morale. Some began experiencing hallucinations caused by the fungal spores, while others simply vanished into the vast Russian snow, never to be seen again. 1815, Waterloo and the Emperor's End. After the disaster in Russia, Napoleon was exiled, but not for long. Opyatyr intervened, allowing the emperor to return to power. However, Opyatyr's final plan was already set in motion. On the battlefield at Waterloo, in the critical moment of the fight, Opyatyr attacked Napoleon directly. He appeared before the emperor in his true form, a massive fungal titan, the embodiment of terror and destruction. Napoleon tried to resist, but Opyatyr infected his mind with a single touch. The fungal spores slowly consumed his body and soul. Bonaparte felt himself losing control over his thoughts and decisions. His defeat at Waterloo became inevitable, and within months, Napoleon was sent to the island of St. Helena. Opyatyr personally oversaw his final days. The once great emperor, now fully under the symbiote's control, descended into madness before dying, leaving no hope of return. Thus, Opyatyr destroyed one of the greatest military leaders in history, using him to sow chaos across Europe, only to erase him from existence like a mere pawn on a chessboard.